Well, fuck, we're already like 20 minutes into this conversation.
What's up? I'm Misano Monjo.
Did I clap for no reason?
And
Sherm, the unfortunate reality is that you did clap for no reason.
Who are you talking to?
you clap
My
for
name is Phenomenal.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, phenomenal.
You
Words
it right.
are hard, you know.
Get it right, Macalicious.
No, it was
Mactastic.
it's
Mactastic.
Mactastic.
Macalicious.
Macalicious could
That's
be
not
it.
bad, though.
And I'm Thugnificent apparently. Okay, so Black Gyaru School, not what you thought.
It's not enough.
Not enough.
It's not going.
I will tell you
as
this.
opposed
They're not going
to
far enough.
as opposed to George Lucas, they did not go far enough in some places.
I will tell you this author slash artist, he does he does have porn dojins up, so
Any dark skin?
sorry, he does have spicy dojins.
When you say spicy, how spicy?
They go inside each other. Okay, so
Good.
but
I see.
Is
I
there
mean,
any tags on this? Are
pretty-
we talking vanilla?
vanilla, pretty mid.
Any dark skin?
No,
Damn.
that's what I'm saying. This dark skin
Feels
Gyaru,
like we missed. We did the wrong manga and the wrong dojin.
I know.
Even this isn't enough. Gotta go
Oh,
farther.
I 100% agree. Like, I like the designs for these girls. Wait, was that?
Did you see her?
Yo, that one's good too.
Yeah, the
is
nurse.
that? Is that?
Yeah.
Oh,
She's a nurse?
Let's go.
Hell
this
yeah,
is what I'm
brother.
ta-
Hell
This is what I'm
yeah.
talking about. You see, she's going over there. She's gonna try and like obviously,
Itadakimasu.
and then boom, he knocks her. They get knocked out because
I
it's
mean,
so erect.
I would also do that.
I mean, as much as I do like some of these designs, if it isn't gonna go anywhere, I just
Yeah,
don't
if
see
we're
the
not
point.
like this is tickling the balls, but not enough.
I started reading this when it was like at chapter 5, and I've kept up with it just for the meme, and it's so stupid. It's not any good. It's just a lot of this.
Like you cannot go this far, but not go all the way.
If you saw in that last panel, he does produce, but doesn't do it.
I mean, sure.
Does it in
I
there.
hope he writes the spin-off, which is just these characters going the way, going
yeah.
the extra mile.
Well, what like Pochi Sensei like has her fucking like how do I put- okay.
Which
So,
one's Pochi Sensei?
Pochi is like very well known for drawing like MILF characters.
Okay.
So the what is it? The mom with the 2 attack, blah blah blah, whatever.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
2-hit
yeah.
multi-attack.
So
yeah.
she designed the mom in that,
Fair enough.
at the very least. But she has her own series with like an
Yeah,
One-san
I've
and a
seen
kid.
that.
And I've
that
read
one
it.
sucks too.
I've read it, and it's like there are places where you think shit is gonna happen, but
But it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Or it happens off camera.
Yeah, there's like a side thing where you get to
Sad.
see the explicit stuff.
Damn.
So it's like a dual thing there.
Yeah, like write that story and then just fill in the blanks of your story where you cut out all the good bits.
Salem. Soon.
Oh, God, this. How's that going?
It's over. It's been over for a while. It was a pretty heartwarming little story. They got together at the end. And
I liked her design.
There was a side manga
Oh, was that?
where it's real spicy.
Good. Okay, 'cause
Did
I
you-
like her design a
They
lot.
wrestle in the bed.
Did you ever go back and watch Queen's like entrance on Onigashima? Because I feel like if you didn't, you should. It's worth it.
Queen. Which queen?
Queen, the Brontosaurus.
Oh my
that's
God.
also a mech.
Jose, do you want me to feel pain? I saw that Transformers
Yes,
thing.
I do. Wait,
I-
which queen?
Queen, the Brontosaurus.
Oh, yeah.
You saw it.
I didn't much care.
Killer
for it.
Queen?
Unfortunately, no.
One more.
He
for
didn't expect her to kill him for real.
By the way,
For real.
for whatever reason, my YouTube feed has been, or at least my YouTube shorts has been filled with a lot of K-drama. I do not search these out. I don't know why they keep appearing in
They
my
should be
feed.
giving that shit to me. I'd probably watch it.
Check this out.
You know, you are what you watch. It's gonna get copyrighted.
Okay, so that was bad.
I hate K-dramas. I hate
Okay.
telenovelas so much. I just wanted to share that with you guys because stupid. Wait, Salem, are you okay? Are you a K-drama fan?
I legitimately
We'll get to
probably would watch them. I'm not gonna lie to you. There was this movie. I don't know if it was like Korean or what, but it was called like Switch or Switched or something. So like you got unpopular girl, popular boy. They swap bodies and they kind of like experience what they go through. It's really sweet and it was a actually really good movie. But
That's not what I wanted when you said Switch.
yeah, there's none of that going on.
Yeah.
But there is a budding romance though, and it's very nice.
Did I tell you about the budding romance and destroy all humans that can't be regenerated?
You did mention that, yeah.
We all got it.
Guess I'm not going to talk about it.
No. We want you to review. We want you to give us a review. And when you have two characters initially set up like that, that's basically the setup for a romance. All right.
Her skirt's so short.
No, that's Alexis Rhodes.
No, like in the manga, like the one chapter I did read, he like comments on how she looks when she's at that shop that he has to travel to.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, her skirt's so short.
Yeah, no, like unlike some like main characters in some romance, this dude has figured it out. He is into the girls. Other times it's like, are you fucking stupid, child? That girl is throwing herself at you. Come on.
That classic high school dense boy, huh?
It's like so dumb. Teenagers are fucking horned up.
There's a limit to how dense you can make a character before it's just like literally, are you fucking blind? Are you an alien?
Unless like the entire thing is like the character just has like no care for it and you do it well, I'm okay with that. If it's like the character is just playing it straight.
Oh yeah, I mean if the character is like a straight man or just has no real interest in that sort of thing, like,
Yeah.
that's fine. But like
Luffy, for example.
yeah, what are these fucking servants we got going on here?
Huh? Are we looking for
It's Scotty that was up there.
oh, I like Scotty.
All right,
Probably.
what do we got? Scotty,
Are those special summer outfits?
they
this
are.
says Thrud, Hilder,
Oh,
Out,
okay.
Ertland, Wooz.
Okay, that's interesting because
I'm just gonna say assassin, pretender, saber, berserker,
Doji.
avenger, ruler, cast.
Is that related to the other doji?
It might be, yeah, like Ibaraki Doji and Shootin' Doji. That might be another one. I don't know.
Yo, was that
Good design, though.
Sketahesh or whatever her name is? The purple one.
Skahawk, I think.
Yeah, Skahawk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reel you guys back. I
Why?
know you guys don't
Fate,
care
fate,
for.
fate,
I know
fate.
you guys don't care for Naruto.
Oh my God, is that Naruto Uzumaki?
I care about this even less. Except for Donatello.
How's
He,
Donatello doing?
he does machines.
I think I've asked you guys before. What are your thoughts on Ninja Turtles?
I have good memories of it when I was a kid. Like,
Oh.
I thought Shredder was fucking cool as shit.
I was like too old or too young, I can't remember, to really get into Ninja Turtles.
Really?
I think they're cool. Like I think some of the animated stuff they did was cool. Those movies were awful. Like the rubber suit ones and the
Michael Bay one?
Megan Fox one, yeah.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna say I have always had a like very a fondness for the Ninja Turtles, but I don't think I've ever been a diehard fan. And I was reading the ADW comics. They're pretty expensive. They're like $50 a piece, but
Ooh, 50 per?
yeah, but it's
It's like 50,
It's like-
100 pages.
yeah, no, it's like 200 pages.
Yeah, okay.
250 pages per volume.
Okay, then.
Yeah, you're getting
Alright.
up there.
Yeah, so I mean, it's pretty reasonable, and they go on sale on Amazon all the time. And it's a good story because it's one of the original creators coming back to kind of just reboot it and give you a streamlined Ninja Turtles. Anyways, they've been doing a lot of crossovers lately. I don't know if you ever saw that they did a crossovers with the Power Rangers, with Batman, with the Justice League, with Godzilla.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
pretty sure.
all those hot banging properties me and Salem love so much.
I can't say I'm too surprised that they have all these crossovers.
This is the problem is Naruto's not about ninjas. It's about fucking ninjas like mages pretending to be ninjas.
I was
So-
gonna say
My
magic
brain literally
ninjas.
phased out Naruto from this image. I just kept staring at the turtles. What the fuck
yeah,
is
right,
going on?
right in the middle. That's
I ignored him. I was just like,
the blonde one. That's Donatello. He does machines.
Yeah, you got Donatello, you got Mikey, and you got fucking Leonardo, but no Ralph. Where's my boy Ralph?
where's Raph at? Where is he?
Where's the angry one?
Like this is like, hey, ninja. Let's look up ninja anime. Oh, Naruto, of course. Like this is the big popular one. Let's do a crossover, and it's like Naruto became so less about ninjas.
Let's say it with me, guys. Where's the Ninja Kamui crossover that's bound to happen because ninjas in the name?
Ninja Kamui,
Fuck,
Naruto,
the-
and Ninja Turtles.
The Naruto and Kill la Kill crossover makes more sense than this at a certain point.
Was
That
there
isn't
a,
real, is it?
Was there a?
No,
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
he's-
saying like
he's
if
saying-
if
he's
it
making a
was
joke.
real, yeah.
Ugh.
Okay, so you guys don't care for this. I would not read this because where does it fit in the canon of Naruto?
Where
Fits right between where the Shadow Clones go on strike and some other filler nonsense.
No, but he's a
The
kid.
Great T race.
No, if it's in all the filler where Naruto he's supposed to leave right after getting out of the hospital with that Sasuke fight, but no, he does like 120 20 episodes of
Is this
adventuring.
after the original?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And
Well, he is Kid Naruto.
I envy the people that like have seen this image and like, fuck yeah, bro, we're finally getting this crossover.
No, I don't envy those people. Those people are fucking like bad.
Once again, this this is something we talked about last week with properties we want animated by, like, we want them animated by Japanese studios, but we want them written by Westerners. This is a property that's like, oh, we're gonna mash the two. I'm kind of over mashing properties at this point.
All I want is someone that gives a shit to write it.
I mean, I'm sure like a lot of Western writers for stuff like this, like Spawn, TMNT, like any DC Marvel book, you can turn out some great narratives, or you can turn out some Suicide Squad isekai levels of stretch.
The only thing I'll say is this is Kid Naruto, so maybe they realize, like, hey, let's get them when they're still doing some actual ninja stuff and not when they're, just annihilating fucking planets.
I mean, definitely the safer call, I'd say.
Yeah, imagine fucking Donatello and Mikey.
Like, imagine this was Goblin Face Naruto from when he's president of the Ninja Village.
Yeah, doing that paperwork, son.
That's right. Paperwork's important, Boruto.
Okay, so...
What did you ever do for the village?
What did my dad ever do for the fucking village?
That's insane. Like, that's fucking insane to me. Like, what did you ever do?
Like,
I think it would have been funnier if Boruto was just a Gen Zer, where he's like type shit.
Was he on like his cell phone? Fucking
Ohio,
dude. Would cell phones exist in the Naruto universe?
I want to die,
dude.
Would cell phones exist in the Naruto?
Dude, they got a
universe?
fucking
believe
train in like 20.
Dude,
in like 10 years.
They had the fucking TV screen during the tuning and exams.
Yeah, none of the technology in Naruto makes any fucking sense.
Do you remember when Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura were trying to fucking find that cat? They all had radios on them. Like, this is one of their first early missions.
Oh, no, I remember. Yeah, it just hit me.
Yeah, they were trying to find a cat. Dude, they were all wearing radios.
The printing presses, because Kakashi just reads manga all the time.
They have to. I mean, shit.
Yeah, Jiraiya has to be going somewhere to print his romance novels.
Do you like how if you dig deeper
Do they both do that?
Oh, who?
Are they both just like senpai characters that read fucking trashy like romance novels?
Well, Jiraiya writes the romance novels like Akashi loves so much.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you didn't understand
that piece of information has flown out of my brain years ago.
Yeah.
I think it's okay that you don't remember that.
No, yeah, it was...
Okay,
I appreciate that he wrote a reason, but...
Question. If they had done one special of TMNT with Naruto done by Toei, would you guys be more open to that?
How long is it?
Just 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Because this is going to be a comic one
shot. The problem is that my love for Naruto has died some time ago, so like, I'm perfectly fine with the turtles. I have no problems with them, but like, I wouldn't care to like watch something with Naruto.
Because they're going to be in Konoha.
This is going to be such a nothing burger of everything.
Yeah, what's the trash villain that they're going to beat up real quick?
If it's 20 minutes, like we don't have any building to like any villain, which means nothing exciting is going to happen.
100%. And it is kind of a shame because, I mean, the turtles have so much potential and they're just being put in with Naruto because, hey, they're both ninjas. But nah, they're just kind of ninjas. What did you say? Wizards cosplaying as ninjas.
Somebody hit Control F on a document somewhere, typed in ninja, found Naruto and TMNT, and was like, nailed it.
Yeah, Naruto's a successful series. Why don't we do a crossover?
This art looks good. I hope someone that cares is writing this, but I don't expect much.
I don't either. And the cover art is done by, okay, I know you guys are not into the Western comic scene. The cover art is always done by one person, and then the actual art in the comic is done by a separate author. I mean, a separate artist. So potentially could not even be the guy who drew this. So yeah, be ready for disappointment. Well,
I won't read it, so I'll be prepared for nothing.
I mean, if it ever comes across your Twitter feed, Salem.
If people want to write reviews on it, I'll read people like talking about it. But
let me ask you a question about your Twitter feed. We don't have to get too into the weeds because I know there's some questionable stuff on there.
Well, of course there is.
Yeah.
But I will try to answer your question.
Like, what is your...
Oh, no.
Well, hold on.
Before we move on.
We'll get there. What is, like, your Safe for Work Twitter feed look like? Is it just clips from everything? Is it, like, anime clips?
Okay, so my like not whatever. Anyway, my Safe for Work stuff.
Your Safe for Work stuff.
Yeah, my Safe for Work stuff. So, Common Writer...
Yeah.
Just like people talking about like animes going on.
Is it like artwork?
Any Sentai in there?
Not really, no. It's primarily just Kamen Rider. I mean, there's some like Kamen Rider Twitter people that will like occasionally post about like when Osama Sentai King Oja was a thing.
Yeah.
People were also talking about that and they're like, oh, this is pretty good.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say Osama bin Laden. I was gonna be like, where does that fit in?
Not quite.
So it's like discussions, like artwork, clips from animated or like real life stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. Some mobile game stuff occasionally too. Like people are talking about Zenless Zone Zero, and it's like I have no interest in it. But
that main girl's got a good design. That's about all I got.
The hot one with like her shirt kind of down and everything.
I don't know. She's got like red and black hair.
The mechanic?
Probably.
Yeah.
No, are you talking about the mechanic with the goggles?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what that's from. No, she's got like mostly black hair with like a red stripe.
Oh, the kind of shark one?
I'm sure.
No.
Are these VTubers in Zenless Zone Zero?
No.
Okay.
Nope. They're just weirdos, I think.
I mean,
that's as
fair
far as I know.
enough. I just want to know where all these people, like where they find these people to draw these characters, because all these mobile gacha games, I understand that's like the selling point of it, but they all have fantastic designs.
Yeah, there's plenty of good ones in like any of these damn games, regardless if they're good or not. But,
well, yeah, I mean, they're about what you expect.
yeah, it's mainly just like Kamen Rider, some Sentai, and then art and stuff. So
Okay.
All right. So,
I just wanted to know.
I keep forgetting to say this, and I want to preface it. I don't write any articles for any websites, and
What?
everything I get on here is always taken either from Anime News Network, Crunchyroll News. The other one would be Comic Book Reader and comicbook.com. Comicbook.com.
Comic book reader, wealth of information. There.
I just want to make people aware that like I link everything on the YouTube channel and on the Buzzsprout like page. I don't want anybody to think like I'm out here in the trenches. I'm just regurgitating things secondhand. Like I'm not doing any work because I'm already working full time. I just want to make people aware. I don't steal. I just am putting forth, and like I'll take a title and be like, hey, what do you think about Naruto Ninja Turtle? And we're not even discussing the article.
Stealing this whole time.
Not really stealing.
Fucking believable.
I wouldn't call it stealing per se.
See, because kind of like this next
just
one,
taking something without permission and using it for my own gains. Like, what do you understand?
What do you call it?
It's not stealing.
So,
it's borrowing.
Well, it's
There you
like
go.
these are the news of the week, and like this article is written right here by Joseph Lester.
I mean,
But there's another one on Anime News Network written by somebody completely
the
different.
only difference is like you going on Twitter and finding this official announcement and being like, "Hey, I've found this Honkai Star Rail X Fate Stay Night."
Yeah,
like, there's really no difference.
See,
Dude,
and I can't
I posted that in our fucking Discord like immediately after I saw it. I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ.
see,
man,
and
come
I
on.
didn't take the Discord link that you sent in, but I did take this from like Crunchyroll Home News or
Pretty
whatever.
sure his was just a picture anyway.
Yeah, it was just a picture I saved from Twitter, but
I mean, this is the same thing. It's just a picture, and then the author Joseph Lester is like, "Hey, we're getting a Honkai Star Rail and Fate Unlimited Blade Works crossover. Fate is about this, and Honkai Star Rail
This
is about
is the
this."
one you play, right?
Star Rail, yeah. I mean, I've taken a break from it a little while ago.
Why? What happened?
I just other things
much
were
money?
taking up my time.
Yeah, fair enough.
Too much money?
I mean, I spent some money in there. Not as bad as Fate Grand Order. That's
yeah.
uninstalled. I have no way of getting it
Did
back,
you
so-
actually delete your account?
Yeah, I deleted it.
Like-
I was just done.
You didn't want them to treat you like a whale?
Dude,
You didn't at least keep it in
I was
case you ever
approaching
wanted
that
to go
point.
back?
No, because like the last 3 or 4 times, because it was just sitting on my phone, and then I'd like
Yeah.
randomly open it and be like, oh, let's see what the banners are. Let's see what's going on here. I'll play like, I don't know, 3 missions, 4 missions using the characters I really
Wait,
love. And then,
you play these games?
Is this Honkai Star
Yes.
Rail or Fate Grand Order that you're talking about right now?
Fate Grand Order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, more or less what I'm saying is that every time I would go back in after some time, I'd get immediately bored. And like,
these aren't digital PNG collectors?
oh, they are.
Oh, okay.
But they also have a little movement to them, and they can do things.
So the only thing I'll say is like
Yeah.
at least Genshin they like made a game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like Fate Grand Order is a game,
Sure.
but it's
Yeah,
not
like in the most fucking like stripped down version of a video game you can make.
I did
suppose,
watch a
yeah.
video on like the most like how those games are so predatory, where it's like, hey, you ever see the fake ads where like they're shooting the arrows and stuff? They like get the data from all the people who like click on the ad for that specific game, because they put out like, it'd be like pull the pin or shoot the arrows or grab the go to the color red or blue color, and then whatever ad is like the most clicked on, then they implement that into their bullshit dog shit of a game.
Sneaky bitches.
And then the whole game is just basically like, hey, build a kingdom, or just it's basically like an eSIM of something. And then they have to incorporate that mini game in, or else it's false advertisement. So they
Yes.
incorporate that bullshit mini game just so they can say, we didn't lie.
Technically, it is there.
And-
Technically.
And then what you're going to spend the bulk of your time and money on will be this fucking building mechanic. And it said like 99% of people will uninstall it, but the people who stick around will potentially become whales. So
Money.
Yeah,
Yep.
You know what else sells hot anime characters.
That is the other one.
Accurate.
That
Go
video
figure.
I watched was basically of a guy who
Gestures generally around me.
that video I watched is basically of a man in Japan who like dedicates his life to going to work, but while he's working, he's just playing Fate Grand Order and playing the game.
Bless that
literally
man.
24 hours, 7 days a week.
Bless him.
He is literally playing Fate Grand Order, and then like he says, yeah, I spend 99% of my check on Fate Grand Order, and then his mom is just like, I mean, he doesn't have to pay for anything. He lives here with me. Like, I don't see any issue.
Dude, I wish I could go back in time and just like actually care enough about Fate Grand Order to play it as like, because I logged in every fucking day for a while, dude, and I was playing that thing nonstop.
So what's the difference between like Fate Grand Order with PNGs just kind of doing mid motion, like little motions, to Honkai Star Rail
Well,
by HoYoverse?
in Star Rail, there's like full 3D models. It's not like essentially a 2D sprite version of the character you get. So like when you get like Gilgamesh, you'll see as like full art, it's all flashy and shit. And then when you play as him, it's like a smaller sprite version of him, and it's only in 2D. That's all that's going on.
That's lame.
Yeah, and you're not able to like walk around a world or anything. Like you just like go to a destination or whatever. There's like cut scenes kind of, and also visual novel shit. So there's a lot of reading and story.
That sounds even worse.
Hey, if you care, it's good enough. But
Look,
yeah.
if I buy my visual novels, I expect there to be titties.
Yeah, unfortunately, there are no titties in
Well, I
Fate Grand
feel like-
Order. I've checked.
I feel like I would hate visual novels.
I have a couple.
I've played a couple.
Never
I like
touched them,
them.
though.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh, it's just part of the collection.
I
huh?
have
It's part of the
Steins Gate Zero. I have
Should watch Steins Gate.
Chaos and Chaos Noah.
Oh, what Chaos Head?
Chaos Head
and then Chaos Child.
yes,
I think.
Noah, the Noah version, because apparently that's the superior version. Blah blah.
Oh yeah, we've talked about that before.
Yeah. Anyways, I probably won't touch them, but yeah, visual novels suck.
It never goes far enough. It's the Black Gyaru manga all over again.
I'm team visual novel. I like them.
I went on the hub just to look at Fate eroge scenes, and I was like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's
I was
not.
like, who's into this?
It's not okay. So I've
You
also
have to-
watched
you have
these
to remember.
scenes
So when did the original Fate eroge
Like
come
a
2000s.
out?
while ago.
Yeah,
like
I
the
mean,
early
people
2000s.
were horned up and didn't know any better. They're like, hell yeah.
You're right.
Like, I mean, and also like there are like more quality scenes like that in some visual novels versus not. So I mean, you'll take what you get. I mean, you like Saber? Well, here's
There's
a
a
scene
lot of-
where
There's a lot of 3D render artists doing a lot of good work with like Genshin and Honkai. Huh?
Overwatch.
Oh well, I mean that's a given.
That shit sucks. All right, final question
Excuse
here.
me.
Overwatch sucks. Final question
Yeah,
here.
the game sucks. The porn's pretty good.
Nah, that
So
shit
I've
sucks
heard.
too.
So I've heard.
Final question here then. For you two. Are you excited for Fate Grand Order Honkai Star Rail collab?
No.
2025.
Okay, so as someone playing Honkai Star Rail, so I like the game a lot. I think the story is cool. I like all the main cast, which I was worried about, but literally I like all of them. No, I'm not. I love Fate, but I don't give a shit. Like I'm perfectly fine with just keeping it to Star Rail characters. I don't.
So you say that.
Yeah.
When the banner for Gilgamesh comes out in your Honkai Star Rail game,
Problems will start happening. Yeah.
Kotami,
Which-
Kyrie.
Like there's gonna be Saber, there's gonna be Rin, I'm sure.
If there's not Rin in fucking Archer's outfit, I'm gonna be-
Rider,
so there's
Oh,
gonna
I always forget about
yeah,
Rider.
yeah. there could be Rider,
Berserker,
too.
Assassin.
There's no there's a possibility that Berserker could be okay. So real quick, in Honkai Star Rail, one of my
Yep.
favorite characters is
Berserker.
Go on.
Berserker. There's this like small child in the first section of the game who
Yep.
has like a robotic kind of like adoptive father.
Is it a
going on.
stand?
So in combat, he kind of functions that way.
Yeah.
But he's his own dude. He's
Are you
just
think-
like
are-
I need to protect Clara and
Are you
everything.
thinking Ilya and Hercule?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
thinking that like if they do put like Ilya in the game, it'll be the same way with Clara.
Are
and,
these just gonna be skins? Is that all it is?
no, like
They shouldn't.
They won't be skins. As to my knowledge, there are no skins for characters. It's just here is the character, and you can like buff them up and give them other stuff.
Maybe this is like the first time. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know how gacha games fucking
But
work.
if they put Ilya in there, I think it'll function the same way with
Yeah.
Clara, because she
Yeah.
has like her adoptive dad that does the moves, and then you have Clara who is just like the stand-in for him.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say, I think you're thinking of something like where in Mortal Kombat 11 they had like Cassie Cage, but then you could download the Harley Quinn costume. costume, and it's like,
Yeah,
Was it the good
I don't think
Harley
it's gonna
Quinn
happen.
costume?
no, it's the Suicide Squad one.
No, that's a good one.
No, the one from the Harley Quinn animated show. It kind of looked like that.
Is it the Harlequin outfit?
No, well, kind of. Anyways,
Jose, real quick, could you look up Honkai Star Rail, Clara, and Svarog? I was trying to remember the robots.
Yeah, let's go Honkai Star Rail.
Laura and who?
Clara and Svarog, so SV.
Yeah, hit me up with that build. I need to know how to play this character.
Oh, hell yeah, brother.
Is it hard?
I don't know how they function because it's a 5-star and I haven't told them.
Of course. yeah.
Unfortunately, Clara and Svarog, I love Svarog so much.
Oh,
Look at that
yeah.
Bondrude ass energy he's got going on, man.
It's not Bondrude enough. He's
You
too
don't think
big.
so?
He's too big and menacing.
All right,
Bondrude was
but-
kind of like a shifty motherfucker.
Okay, well, in any case, but yeah, it would be like that where Svarog's in like the background doing like the big heavy moves.
Yeah,
and
the
everything.
two little
So-
girls can be talking to each other, and while their big men fight each other. Yeah, I get it. I'm here with you. Like, I'm on the
Okay.
same page.
they kind of had a
Um,
character like that in Mortal Kombat X. And that shit's like,
but yeah, so I'm not excited for it, but if Gilgamesh
you're not
is in there-
excited, but you're
no.
excited if Gilgamesh.
If Gilgamesh is in the game, it's gonna be hard for me not to try to get him.
All
So-
right.
Consider if Gilgamesh gets released, the fact that your other Gilgamesh is gone forever.
Huh?
Your other Gilgamesh being gone forever.
Yeah.
In Vagrant. You.
He's not too
What am
perturbed.
I'm not gonna regret it. I uninstalled.
No,
the
like,
game,
I
but-
get it, because I have fucking.
I mean, shit.
I have bullshit in games that I paid for, too.
I regret a
Horse
session.
armor?
Huh?
Did you pay for the horse armor?
In what, Diablo?
No, Elder Scrolls 4.
I never played Oblivion.
Okay. I was just wondering if you were part of the wave that normalized DLC and microtransactions.
Nope.
I'm glad you were not.
I'm usually against it. It's only in game. Like, the only reason I kind of can justify it in League is because it's free otherwise.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, well, if I bought a couple of skins, I mean, they did give me a good enjoyment for a decent period of time. I also fucking hate League.
I've been trying to move on for
Why?
a minute, but I know you guys don't care. Have you guys seen Terminator franchise? I ask this every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the best movie, Salvation.
I think I've watched every one except the newer one that came out.
Yeah, we're good. You don't need to.
Oh yeah. Oh, believe me, I'm well aware. I'm
Isn't it
good.
people just say like 1 and 2 and then
Yeah, we.
kinda
Yeah,
whatever.
they just say 1 and 2.
If we
yeah.
do a movie review before this anime comes out, we should just do 1 and 2 because that'll help the algorithm. If we do Terminator 1 and 2 before this anime comes out, it'll help boost our numbers. Anyways, I have the trailer here, the official trailer.
I watched this. It looks fine.
Oh, you did? I
Yeah.
kind of saved it for this, but
It's fine. I'll watch it again. I kind of felt nothing, to be honest with you.
oh, it's production IG.
Yeah.
Sorry, once again we are having the issue.
Technical difficulties.
Oh man.
Yo, was that Ryu?
Oh, Ryu from hit series Street Fighter.
No, from fucking Tekken, you idiot. Come on, Sam.
Street Fighter.
Come on, Sam. Get with the program.
Yeah,
Tekken.
Street Fighter.
Tekken.
Street Fighter.
Well, you can be wrong. It's okay.
He's in Street Fighter.
What are you talking about? He's in Street
Ryu is
Fighter
literally
Cross
a
Tekken.
Street Fighter character.
Yeah, Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Okay. Anyway.
So I have to, if I think I remember correctly, this is supposed to be like the start and the rise of Skynet.
Yeah, let's go.
So this is like, I don't know if you remember, fuck, what was his name?
CGI not looking great. John Connor.
No, John Connor sends his dad into the past. And he's like, and then his dad, he's basically like, they didn't look human at all. But then the new Terminators looked exactly like humans. And I mean, it's a good movie.
I remember now. Yeah, he was like, oh, they sweat and they
Yeah.
breathe or whatever.
That's why they were like,
You like how in that trailer they show you exactly how that Terminator gets half its face blown off? Because I did.
final trailer. for-
I mean, it's something I'd watch. Honestly, I still love for Terminator.
Dude, Terminator 1 and 2 are some of the greatest movies I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, they're really good. And then we just got everything else afterwards.
Yeah, Salvation, the
Unfortunately.
best one.
Oh yeah, I love Kyle Reese. Oh.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you think you're doing standing in front of the lights?
I hope someone got that reference.
That man is so sad. He got yelled at by Christian Bale just for standing in front of the lights. Oh, dude.
Don't
I think
stand
he lost.
in front of Christian Bale's lights.
I think he
don't know
got
what-
fired too, by the
I
way.
don't know what to tell you. Well, yeah, don't fucking piss off Christian Bale. He probably has spend the rest of the day with pissed off Christian Bale.
Oh, probably. So you guys,
It's like, really, dude? You couldn't just leave him alone, not stand in front of his fucking lights?
All right, so you guys in or no for Terminator? At least the movies.
Yeah, I'll watch. Oh,
Mo-
you mean the actual movies?
Okay.
Movies, sure. Anime, probably not.
No, probably not?
I'd
Okay.
watch both.
Okay.
I still think Terminator's cool. It's just that the writing needs to be
That's
good.
That CGI
I mean, it's
looked
not-
pretty rough.
It's not James Cameron. I mean, we went to go watch Avatar too, so we know James Cameron is.
He does good work work.
Yeah.
Except for the fucking shit kids.
Come on, bro.
Did you ever see that movie?
No, I watched reviews for it, and I'm like, I'm good.
We should have
I have no interest.
we should have asked you to come with us.
It's like a
Dude, I would have went, but man. Oof.
It's like a decent movie, aside from the fact that his kids constantly fuck everything up and are the only reason
Remember the
there's any
whales?
conflict.
Fantastic.
The whales.
No, I don't. That's probably for the better.
Okay.
I'm curious, but we'll move on.
Are you guys familiar with Ranma 1.5?
I know of it, yeah.
Ranma half.
Yeah. So Mappa coming out with a new Ranma half.
Man, they really just won't give those Mappa people a break, will they?
No, they won't. And there's a trailer too.
This is like old.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
the
it's
property's
old.
old, but
Oh yeah, this can only go well.
so as far as I was reading, a lot of the voice actors are coming back, but there are going to be a couple voice actors that are going to be doing different roles. Now, as far as I'm aware, this is the same creator as Yu Yu Hakusho, I think. And what's that other one? It just got a revival too, exclusive only to High Dive. It's about the alien girl.
Oh, is that about the one in the like polka dot bikini?
Yes.
Or
is it yellow with like spots
yeah.
on it? Okay,
Yes.
I know what you're talking about.
Yep. So it seems like a lot of the 90s mangas are getting revivals and remakes. How do you guys feel about that?
I think it's cool as shit. I mean, right on for him to like bring this stuff
yeah,
back.
I'm
but,
glad
like,
this exists for somebody. It probably won't be for me.
It does look great. I'm not gonna lie.
This looks like a kung fu gag manga.
It does look like this was during the time that Dragon Ball was big. The first part 1 of JoJo. Like it's definitely in that time. It's definitely of that time.
If I had reference for it, I might be excited, but I really don't.
You were never a Yu Yu Hakusho fan either?
Funny story. I watched like until he got his ghost detective powers, and then I stopped and I never went back. It's not that it's bad. It's just like I felt almost nothing.
I think I was
That's
the same
fair.
way.
I think people talk about the Dark Tournament a lot, and I definitely want to get there and see it, but
Is that the one where that guy powers up so hard he turns into a Dorito?
I love it when you make jokes all the time.
No, I'm being dead ass.
I mean, the guy gets big, yeah.
He's
Wait, you're talking
like
about the dude with the sunglasses. Yeah, and he
Get
he
some
was,
orange juice.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yep.
That's the one.
yeah.
I like that guy.
I wasn't joking. I'm literally like he looked like a Dorito in that because he was like so buff and he was just a triangle. Like I didn't know how else to describe it.
That's peak male performance.
That's right. You may not like it, but this is what the peak male looks like.
Would you even give this a shot, Sherm?
What, Ranma and a half?
Yeah.
Probably not.
What
I
about you, Sherm? I mean, Salem.
What about you, Maclicious?
Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
Mac-
Phenomenal. I appreciate that.
Magtastic and phenomenal.
Mac, whatever, honestly.
Mac and cheese. What do you think?
Damn right. So Ranma 1/2, I probably would, honestly, because like my sister actually knows of this series and she likes it. So,
Oh.
I mean, I've never went out of my way to watch the old version.
Probably a lot of filler. Probably like it's
I
of
don't
that
know.
time.
If it's getting remade, they're probably going to cut most of the filler stuff.
Well, no, it's like it'll be like manga exclusive, kind of like that other one I was talking about, like where
What,
they
Sailor Moon Crystal?
yeah, like Sailor Moon Crystal or the other property by the same author where it's like it's just straight manga there because they're just cutting out where it's like, hey, we need a Full Metal Brotherhood Alchemist version because the old ones are kind of hard to go back to.
I mean, if anything, that would make me kind of like want to watch a little bit more, just so like I am seeing what people are talking about, like when they have read this manga and they're talking up about it. Because I've never heard anyone say anything bad about Ranma 1/2.
Yeah, and then like this woman is a pioneer. Like she was one of the first mangakas to be like recognizably known as a female mangaka. Like she went out there, and this was during a time where it's like, oh, a woman wrote this? Well, I'm not gonna read it. So I don't know, like if you knew, but that was the perception back in Japan of the time. And yeah, I mean, this looks good by all standards. I'll give it a shot. I mean, me trying to review stuff. So yeah, I mean, let's move on. Let's skip.
And my pain.
Let's skip
Here
Transformers.
we go.
for
Oh,
a
good.
bit.
Okay, thank you, Jose.
Actually, something a little more lighthearted. Did you guys know that apparently there's something called manga biographies, and they're gonna be releasing one real soon about the creator of Peanuts, Charles M. Schulz. Are you guys Peanut fans?
I would need to know what he's done.
It's Charlie Brown.
Oh, then no. No.
You're not a Charlie Brown fan?
Nope.
Really? Well, besides Charlie Brown, this is a little cute, and it is a little it is nice. I think I'm gonna go ahead and read this. I'm also gonna pick up
Look at this nice young man. Look at him.
I'm also gonna pick up the Astro Boy creator one. I want to pick that one up, but I don't think it's been officially translated because there are like biographies, and they do like this type of manga stuff gets done all the time. There was one about they like do mangas about certain events or historical, just like official documented biographies or historical document of mangas, and like I didn't know this until I did a little bit of research. research into like topics and stuff, and this is a thing. So it's funny that we're getting kind of like a biography on a Westerner, the guy who did Peanuts. So I just kind of wanted to bring this to your guys' attention. If you're ever in, if you're ever kind of looking for something wholesome, or if you're ever bored, or you're on your deathbed and you're like, I can't do anything but turn the page, maybe you'll remember Charlie Brown manga. So, all right, and moving on, something more exciting for you guys. Hunter x Hunter, apparently there's 400 chapters out right now. The author, this is his official Twitter, he claims to have 15 chapters done, as you can see right here by him teasing page 19 and 18 on his Twitter post.
He's gonna hook you in before we go on the next hiatus.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I was like,
Gotta feed you guys a little bit.
Because it's
gotta keep you wanting more.
Because I wasn't even scrolling for this. I was just kind of like on Twitter, kind of managing the podcast Twitter, and then I saw like, hey, something you might like, and it was like, and yeah, I translated the post, and it was like chapters complete or whatever, character inking completed, and he only teased like the page numbers. And then I went to go Google, and it was like, how many chapters are out? Only 400. So he's got 15 in the bag for everybody, and then he's gonna go, hey, I'm too tired again. See ya. How do you guys feel about this? Do you hate that he like drops them in bulk and then he runs off like a Netflix show?
No, because it's like, apparently it's something with his mental health and like physical well-being, so I'd rather him just be healthy.
You'd rather him cook, be healthy, and then dip off?
I mean, just rather him do what he wants to do. When, like, I'd rather him do that than be pushed by like a company to write a bunch of shit and then quality suffer.
So what if I started treating him like you treat George?
What?
Tell him to get off his fucking ass and start writing Hunter x Hunter instead of being a hack fraud.
Same thing that you told me. It's just like, I like it. You don't have to like it.
No, right.
What's your question?
Well, like, so you say like you want George to get the books out, but you haven't read them. And we all know like the show has drastic...
I'm saying that for the people that clearly want the books out, but don't feel the need to tell George R. R. Martin to finish them.
So,
because they're like, well, he'll get them done eventually. It's like, a motherfucker seems to be interested in doing anything but writing his own books.
I mean, feels the same with this guy.
Sure, that's fine.
I mean, I know that's not that. And you and I both know that's clearly not the case. We know that he's had issues with his health and all that other stuff in the past. But to the layman who's like, why isn't he fucking getting this shit out? It's
I mean,
like,
most people don't even know that he continued to write Hunter x Hunter after what got animated. So, I mean, the people that are faithful to it will stick to it. The people that like are tired of him taking breaks will eventually drop off, and everyone else has watched the anime and been pretty pleased with it.
So I don't know about you, Salem, but like I feel like me and you, well, I don't know if you ever went and got those books.
I'm still on the fence because I was thinking about it, and like by the time we did end up getting paid and everything, I'm just like, okay, well, the books I can get for a pretty decent price, like box set of the 5 that are out.
Yeah.
The problem is that like even if I do read the books and enjoy them, I'm still gonna have that like gaping hole after the 5th book, and it's just like, okay, well now
Where are the winds of winter? Where's the song of spring?
Like I'm just gonna have this hole, and it's like, okay, well now I'm in the same position as everybody else, which is just like, okay, well when am I getting
you can get on board the boat of George, please finish your fucking series.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I'm sure the books are good, but, like, that feeling of, like, just having to wait and then just, kind of having it enter the back of my mind, I don't know if I want to do that thing.
Well, this is kind of what I was thinking about the other day, is when was the last time he released, like, any chapters? I feel like it was 2 years ago, because I remember Jump just updating the Hunter x Hunter page with, like, almost 20 chapters, and I was like, holy shit, he's still going? And then it just stops. And I was thinking, like, man, that must be hard for the Hunter x Hunter fans. And then me not realizing, oh shit, I'm waiting on George for fucking 2 more books. So it must suck. But I'm over here like, well, I guess if it is what it is.
The only thing I can say on this is like, it's well known that like the mangaka for Hunter x Hunter does have like health issues. So I mean, like, I'm glad he's still trying to tell his story at whatever pace he can tell it, and he is still like writing things and all. But like, if it's health stuff, there's not really much you can do about it. You know what I mean?
True. And I think with Martin, it's just like he's finally gotten what he wanted, which was to be in TV, not write books. Well, that's what he's said in the past, but then he's trying to backpedal on it because people are like, well, so you don't want to write the books?
Well, I mean, we're also comparing like someone who makes chapters and releases them versus like Martin's trying to write like a book, and it's like,
two books actually.
Yeah. Well, he's trying to write books, and it's just like, okay, well, at the very least, in the mangaka's case, like he can just release them when he's able to, and people can kind of still be drip fed on the story. Which in Martin's case, like, okay, well, when are we getting this?
I don't know if this mangaka ever came out and said like, hey, I want to have this done in X amount of time. That's the problem I feel with George, where it's like he's like, I have 2 books. They're almost done. I just got to put them out. And we've been waiting how long now?
I think my problem with George is that he's released chapters. He's read so he in every book he'll like release a chapter of the next book, and he's released about maybe like more than 5 chapters, but less than 10, and they're all supposedly from Winds of Winter and Song of Spring. And we're over here just like, okay, you gave us a snippet of a Theon chapter, of an Arya chapter, of a Jon chapter, and a Daenerys one, out of context, by the way. And we're over here like, where in the story would this take place? Why is it happening?
Oh, that's just fantastic.
And or like people are piecing it together, so we like know what'll happen. Like, oh, we know what's gonna. Oh, we're getting a glimpse into like the climax. But then it's also like, okay, but you got to remember he writes like 1,000-page books. So like, where the fuck would this go? And like, yeah, like I understand he is doing shit like, hey, I'm also reviewing scripts and I'm helping, like I want the perfect casting and stuff like that. But the Hunter x Hunter guy is just like, well, I just want to manage my health and I want to write it when I write it. It's like those are two different people, but the fandoms are basically both like, oh, we'll just let him do it when he does it. And then like, but we're still kind of anxious here because like you guys are aware like the high rate that mangakas die young, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
like I understand he's probably like already scared. Like I kind of did this for my early, like from when I was in high school probably to like his 20s, 30s. And I think he stopped right around his 30s. So he's like in his like I think he's past his 40s. I think he's in his 50s. So I'm sure this guy, like Akira Toriyama was only in his 60s. So I'm sure this guy's already like, man, I might die in the next 10 years. And if he's not done with this, I don't know. It'll be like another Berserk situation.
I mean, that's just the risk that the fandom has to take with it once they know of the manga's condition.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, you can hang in there and still try to read what he can produce, but if something bad does happen, that's just how it is.
Yeah, I need Oda to finish that motherfucking story real fast.
That's the other one I'm kind of worried about.
Pump that shit out.
Wrap it up.
Yep.
Because I don't know if you've seen, I know you have, Sherm, but like he's been taking more frequent breaks, and I don't know if it's Shueisha telling him to or because he's needing them.
From what I always heard was that the publisher was the one telling him like, hey, you got a thing going here, like consider like your own health, because we've talked at length about how crazy a work schedule that man has. Because it used to be he'd only take off like 2 weeks a year. Now it's like once a month he takes a week off. And I think that was the publisher that told him to do that. 'Cause he used to just take like winter break off and like golden week off.
Yeah.
So man worked like 50 weeks a year, like only sleeping a few hours a night. Like I worry about that man every day.
So it's like Oda, this guy, I don't even know his name, but the Hunter x Hunter author, and you know, Kenta Miura, rest in peace. You know, they were doing more than George was.
Yeah.
Understandably.
They seem to care about their projects.
Exactly. But it was one narrative. It was one narrative.
I mean, you think I'm being facetious. I like legitimately believe this. Like George needs to like wrap it up. He ain't getting any fucking younger. Like man's in his like 60s or 70s at this point.
Yeah. And I'm holding on to the theory that he's just waiting to die. Wait out that timer. Release the big safe with it. You know,
as my heart stops beating, it will release the safe door, allowing people to read the last 2 books.
That's hilarious. Which is really funny. Like George has taken the what's her name?
Go get him when I'm fucking dead.
Yeah, literally.
What's her name? The Harry Potter author, J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, that's the one.
He took that route where he's like, okay, I made the books, but now I'm gonna focus on the TV. So I mean,
fuck J.K. Rowling. She sucks.
She really does.
Just like the worst kind of person.
What do you mean? I hear nothing but good things about
Aren't you excited for Hogwarts Legacy?
No.
Get excited and consume content.
I will
That
not.
that already came out. All right.
Yeah, I know.
So the Kids Choice Award 2024 had a quick snippet for the next.
Do we have 2 Transformers things?
So one of them
I'm
is in
guilty.
English, the other one is in Japanese. They're 2 separate clips. So I kind of want to.
Alright, let's see what we got here.
This looks like the... It was cool about Transformers.
What's up?
How fucking sick they looked. You know what sucks about these designs? They look like fucking hot dog shit.
They look like Bionicles. I like Bionicles, but I don't want transforming Bionicles.
Have I ever told you my thing about the second Pacific Rim movie?
No. What did you dislike about the second Pacific Rim movie?
The fact that they took the cool ass fucking mech designs from Pacific Rim 1 and they were like, yeah, just make them all generic, but they have different weapons.
Oh, yeah.
This feels exactly like that, where it's like, hey, they're basically the same, just like kind of paint them differently and give them different heads or whatever.
Like they're pulling from like older designs, like RC as an example, like the way your head shape like speaks to me this like Gen 1 or some shit, but like they don't look good. That's the problem.
No, yeah, like
They don't look good.
I can appreciate like the
Um,
originals because like they were just like drawing them simpler because I mean they had to fucking physically draw them, but
They were definitely of their time, and I mean,
yeah.
like there were a lot of good designs in there for sure. Like, but
As much as I hate like Michael Bay's version of Transformers, like someone put in work to try and make the Transformers look fucking rad as hell.
oh yeah, the Transformers themselves, for the most part, look good. But it's just the story. It's
Well, yeah. So that
Um,
looked like garbage.
And then the other one was a Japanese clip.
Let's see out here. Just look bad.
Yeah, they really don't.
Do you like how Megatron and Convoy are friends though?
They're
It kind of
so
looks like Soundwave.
They're so smooth. Add some fucking angles and some
No.
machinery to these things.
You know what looked better? Fucking the Fall of Cybertron games.
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, the Cybertron games did make them look better. I'll give you that. But,
So I don't know why they
look
couldn't
so
just pull
plain.
from that.
like there's just not. They're just so fucking like rounded off, and they don't look unique enough.
So like,
Oh, I see. This is where they're going with it. Okay.
Where he's like, I will become a
Yo.
Megatron.
what was that sick ass looking ship? Like, make all the Autobots look like that.
Oh, the spaceship.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I think that's Megatron's ship, the Nemesis. I think.
Hell yeah, brother.
But it'll probably be like the big bads, but then Megatron will take over and be like, I am now Megatron. Is he still Megatron in Japanese?
Yeah. Yep.
And then Optimus is Convoy, right?
Convoy. Yeah.
That's a terrible downgrade.
I'm fine with it, but it's so weird hearing it after you hear Optimus Prime so much. 'Cause it's like that's a solid ass fucking name.
Dude, yeah, I don't know. Like Convoy's okay. Like it's okay.
Oh, yeah, oh god.
Start me up,
The old man in the
never
purple looks so
stop.
fucking bad, man.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Like, give these guys some fucking defining traits besides their colors.
Oh well, okay. I think here's the clip where they like fall. I don't know if this Japanese one is extended or if that one I showed you guys is just it's just like what they showed over in the Teen Choice Awards.
Do you like how goofy Optimus looked when he got his head stuck and was walking around flailing his arms?
No.
Why not?
That's fucking bad.
Is this like made for kids?
It's probably in that age
I imagine it
range.
would have to be, yeah.
They're probably targeting like the Into the Spider-Verse kind of people, but unless you're like already burnt out by like Michael Bay's terrible 5 films, the like one good
there's Black
Bumblebee
Rebecca,
movie.
Okay.
Okay, would you
Some of these designs look sick, and then these ones look awful.
Salem, did you like the Bumblebee movie?
Okay, so I didn't watch it, but I
But-
will say,
Saw some
Blitzwing. So there's a triple changer in Transformers called Blitzwing, and he's in the Bumblebee movie, and I love his fucking design. I think he looks great. That's all I know. Like, I've had friends be like, "Oh yeah, no, the Bumblebee movie's good," and it's like, brother, I'm good. Like, I'm tired of the live action Transformers shit.
And then I think I showed you that clip where Optimus Primal showing up with Optimus Prime and he's like, "You're one of my biggest inspirations," and then they do the final battle.
Man, wait, was that from the Beast Wars?
Beast, yeah, the Beast one.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
And then at the end, it's like, "Hey kid, I heard you went to Peru and was a Transformer. Well, how about this? You want to be G.I. Joe?"
Oh, yeah, I remember. Oh, man. Stop with the live action Transformers.
Did I ever tell you how
In a
I
different order.
unironically love those bad G.I. Joe live action movies?
We should get to those.
I'll watch them. I'm kind of nostalgic for the first one.
Honestly, kind of enjoyable.
You can call me Commander.
That's not bad.
Dude, Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Cobra Commander, dude.
They had the fucking Ninth Doctor's Destro,
Oh,
too.
dude, do you know that he fucking hated doing Hollywood movies so much? He just bashed the movies he was in.
Oh, did
Who,
he?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
No, the Ninth Doctor.
Wait, seriously? That's
Yeah.
so good, man.
And
I
then
like
all
that.
of Hollywood was like, "We don't like that you said mean
You
things."
said mean words about our film.
And then they were like, and he was like, "Oh, well then fuck you. You shouldn't put me in them."
Man, I love that guy.
And then they kept hiring him.
Hell yeah, brother. Because he can act. Like, I
yeah.
love him, but...
He was a good doctor. It kind of sucked that he like went away immediately, but that's probably
Oh.
why Tenet was so beloved.
Man, when I started watching Doctor Who, it was with the Ninth Doctor, and I fell in love with that fucking series.
I started with a Ninth Doctor too because I wanted to start from the reboot, and yeah,
Yeah.
it was Ninth Doctor. Do you guys notice something weird about the Crunchyroll logo here?
Looks like shit.
Yeah,
They changed the font.
new font for Crunchyroll.
Like, what, were people having a hard time reading it? Like, why?
The old one was more what'd you say, symmetrical or more hard edged? Because if you look at the old one, because you kind of see like the letters kind of round off,
Crunchyroll.
where it used to be like this, and now it looks like this.
Fucking dog shit.
fatter and bigger. That's probably why they turned off their comments, because they were too scared of everybody talking about their like new Crunchyroll
Their logo was
logo.
perfectly fine. Like
They're like, what Twilight? Focus in Twilight, that BL anime where they have sex in the third episode. Oh no, we don't care about that. We would get our feelings hurt if they started talking smack about our logo.
shit. I mean, they can do whatever they want, but I literally think it's pointless. Like,
I also did read another article that related to Crunchyroll, which was like, hey, why'd you guys turn off your comments? And they're like, we want to create a safe environment for all of our subscribers.
Crunchyroll went woke. You heard it here first.
you want a safe environment?
Oh, yeah, it's in the same article. And asked Crunchyroll the reason for the change, and the company declined to comment. And also asked Crunchyroll if it had anything to do with the homophobic comments left on the premiere episode of The Boys Love Anime Twilight Out of Focus, which debuted July 5th.
I absolutely love they have like the exact thing for it right there. Was this about the comments on this episode of the show?
They're like, no.
Totally unrelated. It had no influence.
Okay, so before I got here, you guys were watching Yu-Gi-Oh. Now,
Correct.
you guys love Yu-Gi-Oh.
Correct.
I would say I have an appreciation for it. Yes.
One could call us casual fans of the series.
Are you
Oh, yeah.
sure?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, totally, completely casual.
Ooh. Well, you guys are probably casual Yu-Gi-Oh fans, but you guys are fucking hardcore Beyblade fans. Beyblade fans.
Thank you.
That's
okay.
news to me. Phenomenal. Are we Beyblade fans?
I don't know, mac and cheese. Are we?
Smack-tastic.
Mac and cheese sounds good.
Okay, so I guess kind of what I want to hear from you guys is like, you guys know that these animes were Saturday morning licensed animes fed to us as Saturday morning cartoons.
Yep.
And as children, we bought a lot of product. Like we bought a lot of
I
merchandise.
did not buy product.
I may have bought some Bakugans in my day.
Yeah, but did you buy those when you were older?
Well, no, I when I was watching Bakugan when I was a kid,
Okay.
I'd buy the Bakugan.
My parents were like, "Yeah, you're not getting that," and I'm like, "All right, fair enough."
Were your parents the kind of were like, hey, I kind of want this, and they were like, no?
No, they're like, maybe for Christmas, and I'm like, okay.
That sucks. Mine were kind of like, actually, mine weren't even like that. They were just like, no, and I never got anything.
I mean,
well, shit.
I got like good stuff for Christmas, so
I should-
I can't complain. It was just like they're like, you're gonna get over this in like a couple months, and they were right for the most part.
I probably shouldn't admit this, but I used to steal Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like I was that kid because I just would. My
Oh, I did
parents
too.
were not going to buy them. So
Yeah.
The other day when I said you like I randomly will steal shit, and you were like, "What? I can't believe you do that."
well, I was 5.
Oh yeah.
I don't do it
I was
now.
in middle school.
I'm not a
Did that.
klepto.
See, you're at least getting closer to me being in middle school.
No, when were you doing that stuff?
Like last week.
Oh, well, closer, I suppose, in comparison to.
Oh
All
my
I'm saying
God.
is like you care about like the company that owns fucking like all the gas stations
No,
across the country. It's like who cares?
I think it's
man?
more of like I want to feel good about being a good Samaritan rather than like.
I suppose I'm with you on that, Jose. I just don't
I've
feel the
lost
need to...
faith in the country we live in. I do not care anymore.
I think
Chaos.
I think I at least want to give myself a little semblance of you are a good person. Don't worry, everyone else is in the wrong.
I just don't like stealing generally. That's my proposition.
Yeah.
I don't steal from people that like. I don't steal from people that like I like or I know.
I was gonna say I never saw
It's only
anything.
from like big company that won't see a hit to their profit.
I was gonna say yeah. I don't think I ever saw anything missing at my place, so I think you're good.
No.
Okay, let's reel it back. Let's reel
I'm
it
gonna
back.
steal all your anime figures. I've been working this plan for the better part of 5 years.
You got better figures than me. What do you do? What do you
Yeah,
want
I
mine
know,
for?
and I want yours
You
too.
want some more?
Yep.
You'll never notice. They're
Always
gonna
add
notice it. You'll never.
additional.
Okay, let's reel it back. So, we talked about it before. What were some of your favorite like Saturday morning anime cartoons? Sonic X, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh man, dude, Sonic X.
Oh, no.
Yes,
Here we
yes.
go.
Sorry,
we
I didn't
go.
mean to do that.
Okay,
Here
well,
we go.
okay. So I sound enthusiastic. I don't have that much to say.
Sonic was fucking
When will
sick.
you learn?
When will you learn that your actions have consequences? No, I just thought Eggman was fucking cool, man. With his big dumb robots, I just thought they were sick.
Dude,
What do you think
Eggman.
about Shadow?
He's okay.
What do you think about his stupid guns?
Did
Okay, so that's funny. That is
Did-
funny. Is
Did
what
the
that is.
Sonic fandom ruin all the Sonic characters for you?
No, I
Not
don't
all.
think there's plenty of interesting art and fan fiction out
Of
there.
course,
that's for
yeah.
sure. But no, like the thing is like I loved Sonic X when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like I was mainly there for the robots. I'm not gonna lie to you. But like I never took that appreciation for the show and like enjoying what was happening, and then like want to play the games or whatever. Like I played an old school Sonic game on the DS back in the day, and this was middle school when I rigged a raffle.
Huh?
Okay. So when I was in
Sure,
middle school,
I'm the bad person for stealing.
hey, this was legitimate. It's not my fault. Okay, I'll explain. Okay, real quick with the rigging the raffle.
Did you just stuff a bunch of ballots in there that were all your
I will
name?
explain. I will explain. So,
All right.
Okay, basically throughout the years, you'd be giving like, I guess like slips of paper whenever you
Yeah.
like did something good or whatever. So I had like over 100 of them.
Did you make additional slips of paper?
No.
Okay.
I saved up everything that I had throughout my 3 years of middle school.
Yeah.
And there was a raffle for Nintendo DSi.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, you can apply for the raffle by putting in these papers or whatever.
Yeah.
So I took every single one I had and I put it in that damn box. And you know who won? This guy right here. I won that fucking raffle,
Rigged
baby.
the raffle.
No one had a chance. So I won that, and then it came with like a Sonic collection thing or something.
Yeah.
I played it for 10 minutes, and
Yeah.
I'm like, this is
sucks.
fucking boring.
I'm gonna go get a Pokemon game.
Correct. Like literally anything else. So I can't say that I'm a Sonic fan. I tried to play the games, didn't like them. Never kept up with anything else.
I think I'm the same with you. I don't think I like Sonic, the Sonic games, because I did buy that Sonic PS3 collection. I think it was called like Sonic's Gaming Arcade or something like that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, for
Oh.
the PS3. But the only reason I got it was because I wanted to play the Fantasy Star games, the original that came out on the like
Brother.
Sega.
Brother.
It was like the Sega Genesis, and then the console before that.
So Sonic games in the fucking trash. I have Fantasy Star to play, son.
Yeah, and then that
Okay.
first
I respect it though.
that first Fantasy Star game though is absolutely horrible to play.
It's just ass.
It's like it's like the earliest of like RPGs. It's kind of like a first person dungeon crawler, and
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
just and it's like way before a Final Fantasy or even a Dragon Quest.
Like, are we talking like the dungeon crawler similar to like old school SMT and stuff?
No, even
No.
Sherm, you might be able to help me with this.
Nah.
What's older than that? Is it like
Older than Final Fantasy?
yeah, where you can play on like
Or
where they used to have like RPGs on like computers,
are you talking about
like Ultima?
like text-based RPGs?
A little after that, so it'll be something like
Uh.
Ultima and stuff like that.
I don't know, like Dwarf Fortress maybe.
Oh man. Oh,
Where like
Dwarf
yeah.
Fortress.
Still though, it's like a first-person dungeon crawler. Like when you're on the map, like you see the character, she's on the there's a map and stuff, and there's a town, but like it's first person. It's yeah. So I didn't care for Sonic. I got it for those games, and then there's a couple other like arcade games on there.
Okay.
But I also have never been a big Sonic fan. I do want to watch those Sonic movies. I want to get to those.
I've considered it, but I'm good. Like I can't care about Sonic enough. Like I love hearing the weird shit. I love hearing the weird ass fucking bullshit with Sonic and Sonic fans, but I don't care about the actual like media.
I do like Sonic lore, and not the actual lore, but I like weird Sonic fan lore.
Yeah, like Chris Chan is an example.
Yeah, Chris Chan is a character.
Dude, I watched a fucking like essay video talking about him, and it's fucking wild.
I did too. I think I might have watched the same one. So, okay, let's reel it back to Yu-Gi-Oh. What did you guys like? When did you guys get into like Yu-Gi-Oh? Because I remember it being around like 2004, 5.
Dude, I was in grade school.
Everybody was obsessed
Yep.
with it.
Actually, yeah, no, I was like super early grade school when I found out about it.
I was like 8 or 9, and my friend, he had like a shit ton of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. This was when like Yu-Gi-Oh was around. I'm pretty sure it was like 2003, 2004, around that time, right? That's when it came to the West.
What, Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah.
I can't give you times, man,
Well,
unfortunately.
I don't remember either.
I do remember that's around the time like when Yu-Gi-Oh kind of popped off here, because I remember a bunch of kids, like there would be the kids who like thought they were big shit because they had a dark magician or they had the blue eyes.
Oh, yeah, no, kids flexing their cards and like trying to like rip kids off in trades and shit, 100% real for sure.
I got ripped off once. Somebody tricked me into giving away my polymerization card.
Your polymerization.
I don't even know what I took.
That kid lost in the end.
So I have a couple memories of being ripped off. Unfortunately, I may have attempted to rip off children. I'm not going to confirm or deny that. But generally, I liked fair trade, so I wasn't that bad. But I remember distinctly a couple things. One, I had I think it was an ultimate rare Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That was pretty good. But I'm a kid. I had a lot of text. I was like, whatever. So I was going to try to get my friend Slifer the Sky Dragon. Like his brother had one.
Oh, are those the bad promo versions? Like the red ones?
Oh yeah, they were.
Oh.
Well,
Wait,
I was
so you
I was
tried-
a kid, man.
You tried to trade a good card for a bad card?
Yes.
Yeah.
In retrospect, terrible fucking deal, man. I didn't know how good Horus was back in the day. Plus, Horus the Black Flame Dragon just looks fucking cool. But I gave it to my friend, and I'm like, hey, can you see if your brother would want to trade a Slifer for this?
Yeah.
I never saw that card again.
Yeah.
Literally, it vanished, and then I think he was trying to tell me that I said he could have it, and I'm like, no, it was for a trade. Like, it was fucking bizarre, man. I never saw that Horus again.
Salem, you have really
yeah.
bad luck with friends and Yu-Gi-Oh. I think you should.
Yes, I do. Unfortunately,
stop.
I have stopped. I stopped a while ago, man. There was another one I specifically remember. So you know those like I don't know, like the boys' club areas or whatever. Like parents would drop off their kids during the summer.
Yeah.
So there was this one kid who had a Searu, and it's like a pink dragon. I thought it looked sick as fuck. And I'm like, the card's dog shit, but it looks cool. So I was like, hey man, I'll trade you my whole deck.
Your whole deck
My
for
whole
that.
deck for that card. Yes. So the trade was completed.
Yeah.
Card wasn't in good condition. I immediately regretted it as soon as I left home, and I was like looking at it because it looked cool. But I looked at it, I'm like, motherfucker, my whole deck for this piece of dog shit. So
Oh my god.
yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Sherm? Did you start watching the anime then as an adult when I'm not gonna say at that time?
Definitely still in school.
Oh, did you start Yu-Gi-Oh when in school?
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if I'm the only victim of this, but back around the time when Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and all that would be airing, the only channel I had access to was Toon Disney. That later on became Disney XD.
XD.
I keep forgetting Disney XD was even a thing.
I'm
Yeah.
Ichigo Kurosaki, and you're watching
Disney
Disney
Channel.
XD.
So Disney XD and Jetix, because that was their anime block. That was Toon Disney's anime block. They called it Jetix.
What do they have on there?
So they had
Dragon Ball.
Digimon Tamers,
Oh,
Digimon
Tamers,
Frontiers.
Okay.
They had a show called Puka.
Puka.
Yeah, and then they had like a bunch of other crap like Yin Yang Yo and
Yo, that name sounds familiar actually.
Yep.
Oh my god. Wait, was it with like chickens and shit?
I think they were bunnies.
Okay, I just had like a core memory unlock in my brain. I remember watching. But anyway, in any case.
So every now and then I would get the chance to go on ABC Family Saturday mornings and tune in on some anime, and it would always be like Pokemon or I would catch a glimpse of Yu-Gi-Oh, but I think Yu-Gi-Oh would air way too early for me because I've never been an early riser, but I think it would like air way too early, so I'd always miss it. Power Rangers and it might have been like, and I think it might have been like a Saint Seiya or something. I don't think it could have been, but what did you guys like? What can you remember like growing up until like you fully became like a teenager between the ages of 13 and 15, where you were like, oh, should I be telling people I like anime?
I mean, I didn't give a shit when I was a kid, man. Like my love for Yu-Gi-Oh was just there. Like I'm the kid bringing my cards to class, and I'm fucking like just gushing my heart out about how much I think it's cool. But
I would do the same thing. And when we talked to Zach, he was telling us like his love for Pokemon, and like he loves Frontiers, but he doesn't mind the old series. I think he said something like yeah, Origins is like one we like, but if you try to go back to that early stuff, it's just a lot of Ash fucking sticking around because he's just like breaking Misty's bike, or he's just like getting shocked by Pikachu in the first episode. Like those are pretty rough episodes. I mean, I really like, I'll say this, like because I didn't have those channels, I couldn't watch Yu-Gi-Oh, even though everybody around me was talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and then whatever else was on at the time, like Naruto, or because Toonami was another one I didn't have, but I wasn't watching Naruto, I wasn't watching Dragon Ball, I wasn't even aware that Bleach was a thing until high school. So that was like me. Like I'm sure you guys probably had like a bit more anime knowledge growing up. So like, because I knew Dragon Ball, but I didn't know anime.
Like if we're talking like when we started actually watching anime proper, like I was probably in middle school at that point. Because like when I was a kid watching Yu-Gi-Oh and shit, I didn't know this was fucking anime.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, these are cartoons and they're doing cool shit and everything. But like middle school was definitely when I started actually like seeking shit out, and then I learned about Naruto, and like Death Note was on I think like Adult Swim or something, or Toonami, whatever it was.
Might have been. Definitely not on anything I ever watched.
I distinctly remember waking up, I think, super late at night, and like my TV was still on, and I saw Ryuk in a fucking like during Death Note. I think it was an early episode, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit, dude? And then I watched
Take a
it.
potato chip and I'll eat it.
I'll eat it.
Did you ever turn into Toonami's Sherm as a young man?
Because
or
I was
child?
watching. God, I'm not that fucking old, man. Like, what the fuck?
No, I'm saying like when you were young. 'Cause we're only like 3 years apart. I know you're not old.
You keep treating me like I was fucking like 20 years old.
How was the Great Depression, Sherman?
That was awful. It's the worst.
One
We
had
had,
depressing.
we had to eat a lot of canned beans.
No, 2008 house crash market. Sherm, did you try to
should've-
buy at the time?
Should have fucking bought a fucking house while I was a junior in high school.
I've seen that
Fuck.
meme. I've seen that meme where it's like, damn, should have been buying a house instead of
Damn,
fucking
Dave-
being not born.
Dave Ramsey is right. Instead of eating my avocado toast, I should have bought a house while I was 16. Fuck.
Before the house.
That man-
True words of wisdom.
That
right there.
man's a fucking genius. Anyway,
Your avocado.
no, I think I was just like, I watched a lot of Cartoon Network. So like I'd be watching late at night, probably usually on the weekends. So like it'd be like, I think before Toonami came on, it was like Samurai Jack, stuff like that.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah.
I caught random episodes of Samurai Jack.
Yeah, and that show was lit, and then I never came back and watched when they brought it back.
Yep, neither did I.
Pretty good. I
So
recommend it.
like after Samurai Jack would be over, I like Naruto would come on, and I was pretty into Naruto. But the problem was you never saw it from the beginning. You were just like jumping in at a random point.
Oh, exactly, dude.
And then like I think One Piece was way late at night. I think it was like 1 or 2 in the morning. Like shit, I remember watching Toonami when fucking Speed Racer was on that bitch.
Holy dude,
Oh,
that's
Speed
way
Racer,
early.
Yeah, that's when I was actually just like a child, like 6, 7, 8 years old. It was just like I'd turn it, like I'd be watching it, and my mom would be like, "Oh, I don't like this show," and I'm like, "Oh, it's kind of interesting, but I'm not really that into it."
Mom, they're just racing cars.
So the whole thing about my anime like watching experience was I didn't really care. I enjoyed Naruto, the few bits and pieces I saw of it. I enjoyed Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon when I could watch it, Digimon when I could watch it, and then I kind of like aged out of it, but I kept playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and then like I remember we went to like a regional somewhere. I was talking with this guy and he's like, "Oh yeah, fucking anime." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, like I used to watch Pokemon, Dragon Ball, Naruto,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
all
Yu-Gi-Oh.
this."
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh.
And he's like, "Yeah." And it's like, "Okay, well, I kind of enjoyed that stuff. Like, what should I watch?" And he's like, "A good thing you should watch is Gurren Lagann." That's where it all started.
That's where we get.
And then I watched all of it and I was like, "Yo," I went back to him. I'm like, "Yo, this was fucking sick. What else you got?" And he's like, Bakemonogatari. And I watched like,
oh my god, man.
He like put you.
I watched like 3 episodes.
He's throwing him in the deep end super fucking
Dude, I watched
quick.
like 3 episodes and I was like, okay, this is like fine. Senju Gahara's like,
terrible.
Senju Gahara's talking to the main character. She's like, "What do you want me to do? Like, be naked in an apron and make you food?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I see it." And then there was a little girl episode and I was like, okay, probably not for me right now. And then I like kind of dropped off. And then like, you and me always talk about like we were both listening to Super Best Friend Cast at that point. And they were talking about Gurren Lagann and
Gurren Lagann, Kill la Kill,
Kill la Kill,
fucking JoJo.
Kill la Kill came out and I binged that whole thing and watched like the season finale the week it aired. That's when I made my Crunchyroll account. It's just been fucking history ever since.
So how old is your Crunchyroll account? Like when it says you've been
Fucking when Kill la Kill came out, like the final episode, like that week, I made my Crunchyroll account.
I think mine may have been from 2018 or 17.
I think Kill la Kill was like what, 13, 11?
Yeah, 13.
Yeah,
Well,
sounds about right.
I don't know about when it aired in the US, but like yeah. And
Well, it wasn't airing.
Kill la
in-
Kill,
Oh, were you
I
watching
think
it
it was
was-
on Crunchyroll. I was watching it.
okay.
Was it 2014?
I'm
Kill la
looking
Kill
it up right now.
2013.
Yeah, 2013.
Unless it like bled over into the following
Yeah,
year, but I don't
well, it
think.
was 24 episodes, so it was probably like the year after. So probably 2014 is when my Crunchyroll account got started. 10 years later, I've been paying them $15 a month.
I mean, you do watch their content sometimes, right? right?
Yeah, watch One Piece every week. It's worth that $15 I pay them.
So, okay, what about you, Salem? How did you know you were wanting to like go from Yu-Gi-Oh to Bakugan to what?
Can we
Kill la
can we
Kill?
talk about horny Salem era? It's probably my favorite relic to bring up.
Oh man. Okay.
Call back
fuck.
to the Magical Girl episode, I think. Horny
Oh,
Salem.
Man, yeah, no, early, dude. Okay, so
Because I was totally with you at a certain point. Like when I started, I was like, yeah, fucking high school,
High school DxD.
high school, the dead, fucking,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, other assorted ones. Rosario Vampire.
Oh, yep, Rosario Vampire.
Yeah.
Yep, dude. Oh god, I binged that shit.
Yeah.
Like early on when I started watching anime, like I said, I think it was around like right before I got into middle school, or I was, because like that's when I registered. Like, yeah, I was watching anime. I don't count the Dragon Ball Z stuff because I didn't know at the time, but
Yeah.
like I was watching fucking Black Butler, fucking High School DxD,
Oh,
High
man.
School of the Dead.
You jumped in the fucking deep end.
Oh yeah, well, because when I was starting out and I was young and shit, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna look up some lists of like what are people saying are good, and then I just like see some pictures and I'm like, okay, that looks interesting, like Black Butler.
Yeah, that girl's hot.
Yeah, it's like, oh well, that girl has boobies. I'm gonna watch that and see what
Opie.
happens. But yeah, no, like that's how I started, and I would watch pretty much anything that was like highly recommended because I'm like, okay, these people probably know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, I just consumed whatever, and then just as time went on, I started to watch anime less in general, and like just like the horny bait shows, harems, whatever else. Like it just eventually started fading off. It's like a lot of the shit I've already seen.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it doesn't help that
Doesn't go far enough.
it doesn't go far enough, and
Mhm.
also generally in the story department, which obviously I started to care about
Some
more
fucking
as time went
hot
on.
dog shit.
It's fucking terrible,
Yep.
or it's just generic or plain Jane. It's just like I can't care. Like
Yep.
you could make X girls hot as fuck, and it's like okay, but what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
oh, are we gonna get a panty shot? Oh, I haven't seen that before. Oh,
Oh.
man. Oh, boy,
Oh.
gonna see some cleavage. Oh,
Panty
it's
shot.
like,
Let's go.
what's the story? Oh, it's nonsense. I could be watching something else.
Yeah.
You know?
That's how I feel. That's why I really enjoy when, as much as people hate on it, it's like fan service and other shows. It's like, I mean, One Piece got a lot of fan service in it. It's also pretty well written and a good story he's telling, so I forgive it in that. I like it when they do both well. Like they make a good story and give you a little bit of something to keep you there. Bleach was good for that.
Oh, yeah. I found about Naruto and Bleach and stuff, too, and I didn't realize how big that shit was either.
Is that like from Toonami?
So, like, Toonami, I found, like, I'm pretty sure Death Note was on there. I can't confirm that, but,
Yeah,
like...
you woke up to Ryuk and you were like, this man is my treasure. I hope he's one day played by Willem Dafoe.
I was... Oh, you bet your ass, yeah. But, like, I was just captivated because I'm like, this guy looks so fucking weird and cool.
Yeah,
like,
he looks
what is going
fucking
on?
sick as shit.
And then I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, shit's fucking happening. Like, this man's a fucking, like, lights a conniver. He's fucking doing all this, like, elaborate shit. And so I got curious. And then, when I did have internet access, that's when I looked up the lists and everything. And I just watched shit. Like, Death Note's one of the earlier animes I remember actually watching.
See, because like we kind of had like a young experience with anime. Like I've told my brother this, my brother Chris, and my wife, Mid. I've told her before,
Big strong man.
Big strong man. I've told her before that one of my earliest memories was not even about like Mexico or anything. When I became conscious of the fact that I was no longer like, I was up in the US, but I used to like be a kid in Mexico. When I realized like, hey, my parents left me for 2 years in Mexico to come up here. What was I doing? And then I started thinking, and it was all like, and then I just remember one of the first things I got as a present when I first got to the US was a VHS. Yes, a VHS tape of Dragon Ball.
Dude, yes. I still have mine to this day. Just random ass fucking episodes.
Can you even watch that anymore?
I can, yeah. We
Alright.
still have like I think 2 or 3 VHS players, and like every now and then when I'm feeling nostalgic, I'll pop in like one of my mini Yu-Gi-Oh VHSs because I owned quite a few of them.
That's
Oh,
a
did
good-
you?
Shoot
yeah,
that
I-
Don't
shit-
even pull up Crunchyroll. You're just
Shoot
like,
that shit right in my
Because
veins.
it's kind of nice to like pop in that tape and kind of, at least for me, like the whole rewinding bullshit. Something about it just hits me, and I feel like I'm a kid.
You
know what I
haven't
mean?
destroyed your VHS tapes?
No.
Okay.
Nope. I can't recall ever fucking one up. Like people would say theirs would screw up and like chew up the tape in there, but
I
like
destroyed a Lion King one and an Aladdin one.
you fucker.
I
Those
mean-
are treasures, man.
Yeah.
And I still have my copies of those too. too, you know?
See, I would watch them religiously. Okay, but no, like, here's the thing. When I got my Dragon Ball copy, I asked my parents if they could get me some of the ones where, like, Goku fights Frieza or Cell, and they were like, we can take you to the store. I went to the store. Z was not even available.
I'm not surprised.
This was 2003 when I first got here. So apparently Z was like in the middle of dubbing it, but apparently there was like no releasing. And by the way, I was like, well, the Boo's saga happens like after Cell, and I know, and I've watched the Boo saga, and I've watched GT. So like, where's all of this?
Watch that piece of garbage,
man, dude.
But you gotta remember, I was like 3, 4, like, you know, like
you didn't know it was bad,
brother. I get it because I own GT episodes also on VHS.
Yeah, I bought a couple of them too. And that was the thing, is like some of my earliest childhood memories, so as far back as I can remember, is me sitting in front of like a very small TV, as small as that laptop screen.
Yep.
And just watching it on a like CTR TV, just watching Dragon Ball, CRT TV, just watching like Dragon Ball, just random episodes that Mexico decided to like dub.
Dude, I know exactly what you mean, man. Like, I had no idea what the hell was happening whenever I watched a random Z episode. Like, Boo would just be there, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, he looks cool. You know?
And I think that's why I like always was so upset that I couldn't watch like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh, because I would be like, this is more up my alley than a lot of the cartoons I would watch. Like, you'd get like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, or like you'd get Camp Lazlo, and I'd be like, this is fine, but like, I want to watch something good.
Oh man, Invader Zim.
Is Foster's Home for Imaginary Kids good?
It's good. Like, I'm not gonna knock it, but like,
I don't remember hating it.
But I would have rather been watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Is what I'm gonna tell you. I'd rather.
Yeah, brother.
I would like. I was so upset. I'd always have to like. I would always try to go over to some of my friends' houses and be like, "Hey, can you like put it on?"
Yeah, put on Toonami. I'm trying to see something.
And like, kudos to them. They would like never get upset that I would like invade their homes to go watch TV. But sometimes they'd be like, "I'd rather be outside hanging out and doing stuff," and I'd be like, "Me too, but can we first watch this?" And they'd be like, "Let's not today. We do this every day."
I know what you mean, because I mean this has nothing to do with like shows, but like my buddy had a Xbox 360 with Halo 3. Your boy has only ever played on a PlayStation and PlayStation 2 at this time. So I'm like, what the fuck is Halo? And then I see that, and every time I'd go over, I'd ask him, "Can you play Halo?"
Halo pops off.
You know, we're playing campaign together, but like I would always like ask him, "Can we play Halo?" Because like you have it, you know what I mean? He's like, "Well, I want to play this or go outside," and I'd be like, "Ah." You know. So I get
Did you ever have that problem, sure?
What?
Where you like go to a friend's house because they have a thing you want to do?
No, I was pretty antisocial as a child, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, I only had a couple friends, and they eventually introduced me to like Halo, and then I bought a 360. My parents got me a 360 for Christmas or whatever it was. I don't remember. So,
but like, you never invaded a friend's home to like to do something?
No, my parents bought me like, so one Christmas they got us a like Super Nintendo, so I played that until like the GameCube came out, and then I just would play like fucking GameCube games like for hours at a time. Like, I don't know, I just didn't have a lot of friends growing up, or only like you guys, just like a couple of close friends. So we never really fucking sleepovers were a bitch to set up, and like my parents didn't really want to fuck around with it, so there were few and far in between.
I only had like 2 friends I would actually be really close with, and then once my friends that introduced me to stuff like the Boondocks and stuff like hip hop and, you know, this culture, I was like completely unaware of, you know, not even realizing that I myself am Mexican, you know, and that these guys are white people. And then, you know, I meet my first black people who are like, "Ah, you listen to that? That shit's whack. Listen to this." And I'm over here like Lil Wayne's just going, "I got shit in my strap." And I was like, holy shit, I want to get in on this.
Oh man. Oh my. Okay. So the first rap song that I remember listening to, I'm just like, holy shit, I forgot this crap. So it was Lil Wayne.
Oh, a Lil Wayne song?
Yes.
Was it? It wasn't Lollipop?
It was Lollipop, actually. It was. I remember being younger and thinking that was the shit, and then I got older and I'm like, I don't like rap very much. So,
what about you, Sherm? Have you always liked rap, or are you okay with rap?
There was a time when I was like big on like, I hate different types of music. As I've grown older, I've kind of just accepted most types of music.
Were you like an Eminem fan?
No, like I just like only listen to like classic rock, like alternative stuff like that. And then like I kind of shunned away like, oh, I don't like country music, I don't like rap music, pop music, so on and so forth. Like I said, as I got gotten older, I just don't care about like picking one specific genre because there's good music in all genres, one could say.
Yeah, and I'm like that. Like you guys know, I bump a lot of rap, but like my other favorite genre next to rap is like kind of like indie music that is very like harmonious and like very like just laid back and kind of like, you know, I could take a night ride in this, like, you know, feel the vibes, like that kind of indie feel. Like it's like very indie stuff. But you know, then I go, oh, and let me turn on my other personality, and it's just Kendrick Lamar going, fuck Drake, you're a pedophile, motherfucker.
Let me turn on my other personality.
Like it's like, I don't know, like I'm the same way. I love a lot of genres, but I can absolutely cannot stand country music. That's just not for me.
Fairly common.
So it's got its own charm to it.
Like I've heard like a few country songs over time, and like they were pretty damn good. But like as a whole, I'm not hearing that shit anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, each genre has good stuff and bad stuff. Like I don't know what the phrase is because I can't think right now. It's like very by the book, formulaic, like music
like
is
cookie cutter.
Yeah, it's like that kind of music. Sure, it's awful no matter what genre you're listening to, but there's also like good parts of the genre for sure.
Where it's like a lot of the biggest pop stars right now are people like I would say like, yeah, a lot of the biggest pop stars right now are like Taylor Swift, Camila Cabello, fucking
Did you wear cargo shorts here?
Yes.
What the fuck's wrong with you? Fair enough.
Yeah, you're right. There's
no further questions.
A lot of the biggest pop artists are like Billie Eilish, Taylor Swift, and then like every other pop artist that comes out is just trying to do the same thing, and it gets a little repetitive and annoying.
I think Billie Eilish is pretty overrated personally.
I've never been able to jive with her music. Like it's never hit me. I know she's like a talented artist and stuff, but like her music, when I listen to it, I'm like, I don't think this is for me. It's not hitting.
It's
like
just, I don't know.
Like
I also don't like Billie Eilish as a person. She seems like kind of a scumbag, to be completely honest with you.
She's got a lot of fans, so I don't want to insult them.
No, I'll insult fans all day long.
Yeah, I know you will.
Swifties, come at me. You're fucking. Your queen is awful.
No, the worst fandom is the Nicki Minaj fandoms. I don't know what they're called.
I have no problem with Nicki's fans. Nicki's fans, no beef here.
Well, yeah,
sure.
the menagerie. Well, okay, getting back to like
Oh God, I hate that they call themselves that.
The what?
The menagerie.
I don't think they call themselves that. I think.
Wait, is that her fucking fan name?
No. Her fan name is called the Barbs.
That's lame.
That's even worse.
The Barbs?
Yeah, because she calls herself a Barbie.
It's lame.
Oh.
Okay. Anyway,
never mind.
Menagerie over
never
there.
mind, Nicki fans. We have beef again.
Change your name.
Yep.
Okay, so like, what are some like you guys? I don't know if like my story resonated where it's like, yeah, I kind of like some of my earliest memories are of Goku and Vegeta and everybody else just screaming.
Oh,
100%.
I remember Rock Lee dropping the weights against Gaara. Like, there are moments I remember from Naruto. It's just the thing that pissed me off about Naruto is I never saw it from episode 1, so I was just missing a bunch of context. And then like Toonami would just like have a certain amount of episodes that had been localized, and then after that they're like, all right, we're going back to episode 1, and I'd be like, fuck, man.
Yeah, that would be like a big thing that would like piss me off, because I don't know if you guys were aware, the Cell Saga I think repeated like 4 times on Toonami or something like that.
I think I know what you mean, because like when it came to Dragon Ball episodes that I might catch on TV, it did feel like there was a lot of eating on there,
especially because they would like hit Cell Saga.
Oh man!
And then it would and then for whatever reason we're going back to the Saiyan Saga.
Yep, because it's like we ran out of localized episodes, so we'll just re-air it again.
Exactly, like it would get to that point, and it's like, well, they don't have the dubs, they don't have the, they're not dubbing this Buu Saga right now, they're not doing this and that, so it would get to that point. But I don't know. So I've never asked you guys, did you guys ever watch the Sci-Fi Channel?
Oh yeah, like
I was more a Discovery man myself.
Well,
Discovery, history, travel, Food Network.
Guy Fieri.
Oh yeah, Guy Fieri pops off.
Only
was Battlestar Galactica on
yes.
the sci? Okay, that's the only fucking thing I remember from the Sci-Fi Channel.
I think there was
randomly I'd see Battlestar Galactica episodes.
Yeah, that's kind of why I never got into like that Star Trek, like either the original or Next Generations. It's just like I'd pop in a random episode and it's like I have no idea what the fuck's going on. Like,
yeah, who are these people?
What is a wharf? I mean, he look.
What is this wharf you're talking
I mean, he
about?
looks dope as fuck. But what the fuck's going on with him?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm not gonna get into like serialized shows like that. Just hopping in the middle, it drives me fucking insane.
So the only reason I bring up like sci-fi is because around the time I was growing kind of out of like Pokemon or Digimon, or well, I say growing out of, but I still fucking go back and watch this shit. Where like I'm kind of like growing into that phase where it's like I'm too cool for this. I'm listening to Lil Wayne's Lollipop.
Don't shut up, dude.
I
Yep.
can't be bothered.
Dude, we had the fucking
Certified
CD for that shit.
cool kid listening to Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm like, my friends would also be like, you're watching like this? You should be watching the Boondocks. Anyways, like I would tune into sci-fi around like midnight, right? And they'd be playing some fucking weird ass anime. Some stuff I've never been able to find again.
Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, so that's where I watched Ghost in the
Okay,
Shell.
actually, yeah, I recall a little bit catching random
Kira.
episodes of, was it Second Gig? I think they had
See,
going on at the time. Like,
I have no fucking idea.
Okay, how was the animation?
It was phenomenal.
Okay, it was probably Second Gig then. The first series of Ghost in the Shell, I don't think it looks bad, but like it is rough. But like, was it in 2D animation?
No, I watched the Ghost in the Shell movie. I watched the Ghost. I watched the Kira on there. I
Okay.
watched like there like a lot of the anime movies like Perfect Blue. I was fucking like 12, 13 and I watched that shit and I was like, the fuck was that? I had no idea.
Dude, I'm so glad you brought up Ghost in the Shell though. Maybe that was on Toonami then.
They did also air that on
I
Toonami.
remember
So
watching the fucking opening for Second Gig.
the thing about like sci-fi is that they would air super crazy violent stuff, like OVA kind of levels of stuff, like
Gotcha.
Bubblegum Crisis.
Was Elfin Lied on there?
Yes.
Yep.
Stuff like
They
that.
had that on there?
Yeah, it was.
I should
Okay.
finally finish Elfin Lied. That was another one that friend recommended. He's like, "Oh yeah, you don't like Bake? Watch Elfin Lied." I'm like, "Okay." Got like 7 episodes in, and I was like, "I think I'll stop here."
Man, dude, that's another early one I watched too, weirdly enough, because it was on those lists.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't
It's not-
remember
it's not
liking it.
Bad. It's just like weird.
Oh yeah, it's weird. It's just I don't remember like what the fucking plot was.
All I
per se.
remember is thinking that main girl was like Mewtwo. She just had psychic powers.
I know what and she had the fucking
Yeah,
helmet thing on too.
yeah.
That didn't help either.
She was fucking sick as fuck, and then she was walking around naked, and I was like, in my horny anime years, and I was like, hell yeah,
Hell yeah.
naked girl.
There's blood and guts everywhere.
The
Hell
fucking
yeah.
gore and
Hell yeah, brother.
gore and naked women. Let's go.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys were ever like privy to this, but like you'd like, because YouTube came out in like 2005, and then people would just upload like illegal rips of anime online,
Oh,
right?
for
yeah.
sure. Yeah, like part 3 of
Link-
5 or some bullshit.
Linkin Park AMVs going hard.
Oh yeah, brother. I watched them Naruto AMVs.
Oh, dude, I told him a while back. I was like, dude, I went looking for like a Linkin Park Dragon Ball AMV that I found like that came out like almost 16 years ago.
Oh yeah,
Did
they're
you find
there.
it?
I did.
Hell
Luckily it did not go down, but I was like, oh, it's still here. I was like, my heart. I was
Yep.
like, oh.
Mhm.
Respect to the people still doing that, by the way.
Oh, making AMVs.
Dude,
My
these
hero.
These motherfuckers. No, like these motherfuckers have encyclopedic knowledge of like this as a genre or like an entire fucking media thing. Just like I could show you some where it's just like the amount of things you'd have to know to pull each of these clips is fucking crazy. Like
What, like at that specific show to like know
no,
where-
like multi anime like AMVs, just like pulling clips from like 20 different things
Oh.
and like stitching them together in a way that feels like
Oh, yeah.
not natural, but like it flows together.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. So back to rap. Obviously, the like that song Future, Metro Boomin, and Kendrick Lamar came out where Kendrick fuck the big three. It's Big Me. I watched one where it's just the Kendrick bar, and this dude stitched like I don't even know. He stitched like 30 different shonen and seinen action anime, and it's like if one anime character was going to do a left, it transitions into a whole different anime. They were insane transitions.
Okay, yeah, I'm starting to remember the style that you guys are talking about here.
Yeah, and then if like in the last clip the dude was about to go do a roundhouse kick, transitions into a different anime doing a roundhouse kick.
Yep.
And like the flow, the editing, and just the way it like the transition is almost seamless and flawless, and I was like, this is insanity. I was like, I'm just glad it's not a fucking PNG of a character, and then they fucking flip it around and like, I don't know if you guys have ever had to like deal with those like anime edits.
I don't think so.
So there's one that's really fantastic. Do you know the song "Whatever It Takes"?
Off the top of my head, no.
Whatever it takes, bomb.
No.
I can play it for you later. Anyway,
Okay.
there's a really great like opening part where it's just like they're doing some like clapping and like vocalization, and every clap is just a different character sheathing a sword. Like the click is it's just fantastic. It's just like fucking. It makes my brain tickle in the good way.
I see.
Well,
Anyway.
I was just gonna say like, no, yeah, the Sci-Fi Channel had some really crazy like, I'm bringing it back to sci-fi. It had some of that really violent like anime that for the first time I was like, what is this? Like all I've ever seen is like Naruto, Dragon Ball. Like yeah, they fight, but like no one is getting their head popped off. No one's like pulling teeth out in that stuff I've seen. And this stuff is just like it went crazy. And like, they'll be like, because like I said, it'll be like at 12 a.m. I don't know if they thought the FCC wasn't watching, pull out anime boobs and shit. And I was like,
pretty
holy
sure
shit.
at a certain point the FCC has like regulations because it's like, oh, kids would be in bed by this time. You're good to run like more mature stuff.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, because like at least in like a Cartoon Network Adult Swim kind of thing, the boobs would be like censored or whatever, pixelized. But like on Sci-Fi, you'd see like, because there's a scene in Akira where like the girl kind of gets assaulted and like they rip her shirt off and everything, full on boob. I was like, what?
Yo, is that a boobie?
Yeah, and this is prepubescent Jose horny era. So
yeah,
I was
exactly.
like, oh my god,
exactly.
there's a boob in this anime. That's crazy.
Once you get a taste of like the nudity and the violence and everything, you're like, holy shit, this stuff is a thing. And
So
then
I think Toonami was doing that stuff too, where like they ran the racier stuff near the early morning, like
2
late.
a.m.
Yeah, because like I went to a wedding like a couple years ago, like a wedding reception, and we were at a restaurant that had fucking Toonami on for whatever reason.
What?
All I'm saying is,
Bad taste.
it was a Mexican restaurant.
Oh, of
And
course.
those kids were probably like, yo, papi, we turn on Toonami, I want to see Goku.
See, mijo.
This was a great impression. Salem's enjoying it.
No, he'd be like, see me home.
Anyway,
Let me get you the
I was
Dragon
like,
Ball.
I was like casually glancing over just like see what's on and like programming blocks, and it's like Food Wars at like 3 a.m. I'm like, yep, probably a good idea. Shove that as far back as you can.
Okay, but that one kind of makes a little bit more sense. But if you and I will both watch Food Wars, there's no actual titty. It's just like
there's just people getting
It
off.
gets real fucking close.
yeah, it gets close to the point where like, whoa, they don't show like
clothes come
nipple.
off. No,
like,
yeah.
no nipple. They show like back ass, but like that's about it. But like no nipple, and I think that's where they're like safe.
Yeah, they're not necessarily showing quote unquote the bits, but like there's a lot of moaning and orgasms going
also-
on. Like, I watched a decent amount of Food Wars.
It's also like weird seeing like, oh, we're doing, I think it was like VV was airing at the time, and the fact that Food Wars was on was fucking wild. And
Wait, like VV the
Fluoride song, yeah.
Okay, so they played that on Toonami.
Yeah, it was just like weird seeing what's still airing on Toonami. I wonder, I bet you One Piece still airs, probably.
So I think, because I kind of wanted to ask, because like the early 2000s is like, I'm sure what got us a lot of, because that was like over 20 years ago now, like closer to 20 to 15 years, when we were all probably like in 2005. But let's say 2015, right? Almost 10 years ago, mid 2010s.
Yep.
Like where were you guys at? Like horny eras?
Yeah, that was during horny period.
2010s, huh?
Because that was like right when I started, like a year or two after I started.
I'd say like I'd simmered down, but yeah, I was probably still in that era, give or take.
Yep.
Because that was around the time where I was like, okay, the big three, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach. And I was like, should I start with One Piece or should I start with Bleach? And I eventually went, I'm going to go watch Bleach. And I don't regret it, but I do regret watching a lot of that filler that I don't even remember anything
that
about.
Bount arc goes so hard, dude.
Hey, look, man, the whale doll was cool. That's all I'm gonna say.
Huh?
The whale doll,
When did that happen?
the Bant arc.
I think it's Bount arc, but
Oh, the Bount. Yeah, either way.
is that like a filler thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I skipped
Yeah,
that.
they're
I skipped
not
that
canon.
fucking horse shit.
There was a cool metal spider doll.
I mean, mean,
There's a vampire.
there are like decent filler. I'm not gonna sit here and say all filler is bad.
Yeah, but no one's gonna regret like not watching the filler for sure.
Because I believe when I was on my Bleach journey, I asked you because I was like, you know Bleach, like, do I need to watch the filler? And you're like, probably not.
Yep.
Yeah, no, a lot of it is just seasons worth of like time to get Taito Kubo to catch up.
Like, yeah, you'll see maybe some cool fights, but like, it really doesn't matter.
Still need to go back and watch that fucking Beach episode. Can't believe I fucking skipped that.
So
Fair enough.
Should just have like, because on that one website that we all go to check for filler, should just have Beach episode. That way I know that one's the one.
Just highlighted.
Yeah.
there might be a website that tells you apparently there's a guy on the internet that just like he archives every anime bath scene ever done.
I mean, that's like that one guy on that one website where we go to watch those spicy movies.
User-san?
No, not that guy. There's a different guy. In every video, he comments where stuff goes, and like it has a stat track on it. If you're catching my drift.
I don't know if I'm aware of this guy.
Oh, okay, this isn't okay. So there's a guy on Twitter, right?
Yeah,
just real quick.
Twitter man.
So there's a Twitter guy that watches like live action spicy videos.
Go on.
And literally, what he does is that he will wait. I don't know if you guys told me this or not, but in any case, so there's a guy that like will look at kitchen scenes for things.
Yeah, go ahead.
And he will like describe in detail, like, I don't know, like either like their stove or like some other type of
he like giving me the make and model of stove.
Yeah,
that guy's awesome. That guy's a little acoustic too.
like literally that's all he does. Like he has a Twitter account. And he's like, oh yeah, in this movie they have this model of blah blah blah. It's not very good or something like that.
Yeah, it's got poor quality, probably made in Taiwan.
And they got to.
It's gonna break after a few years. They should think about a replacement.
It's gonna break if they do it on top of it. But you know.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's sturdy enough to hold two people, but three is gonna be a problem.
I can't believe you guys don't know about the guy that tracks like where the stuff goes.
No, I was not aware of that. I was aware of User-san because we discovered him together.
So whenever I open one of these videos, I always check the comments first. Gotta know if it's like bad. Not even just like animated stuff, like real life stuff too. It's where's the good parts at? I'm trying to curate my experience here.
Okay.
But like, yeah, this guy's just top commenting every fucking video on this one website, and it's just like, girl did this many times, guy did this in this spot and this spot and this spot, and I'm like, I appreciate the fact that you're doing this for some kind of record keeping, but I mean, thank you. Like, my thanks goes out to you, random warrior on the internet. Keeping track of all the ejaculations.
You are a man. I'll say that.
That reminds me of a guy also on Twitter, of course, and
Twitter man number 2.
Yes, Twitter man number 2, and I mean, I think it's more or less like an image that has just made the rounds on there. But like, some dude will like see like a GIF of like a certain hentai, I guess.
Yeah,
and he'll be like, okay, it is this scene. This is the timestamp. This is what goes on in it. And then some other guy replied to him with something. I think his profile picture was from one of these, and he's like, oh, big words coming from a man watching this series at this time stamp.
So there are some people that just have a knack for finding it. I've gotten better at it over the years. Like you remember very recently in the Discord you shared a new Yu-Gi-Oh card for the artwork, which is pretty good. I just figured out how to like reverse image search and like take screen caps, look for videos.
Oh yeah,
getting to that point. I don't think I'll ever be on the level of some of these people, but
like they have like a photographic memory of like, it is this timestamp on this thing, which to be fair, I have that with certain things too, but like not with like porn.
Yeah, when we pull up Yu-Gi-Oh GX episodes and you're like, that motherfucker. That's fucking, I don't know.
We all have our gifts, I suppose.
Yeah, we're all acoustic in our own way.
I was actually gonna say about anime in the mid 2000s. I kind of stopped watching when I got into, so like when I entered my freshman year, like I watched Bleach, but after my freshman years when I started dating Mid, and I had
Big Strong Man,
and I had stopped watching around the time like Dead Man Wonderland was airing, and like Space Dandy.
Was that one good?
Yeah, tell us, Baker, is Dead Man Wonderland any good?
Okay, so the anime, yeah, I'd say so. But like as someone who has also read a good chunk of the manga, I can see where they cut it off at pretty much, and like what has been changed and everything. I still think the anime's good.
Yep.
Is it worth it like to read and to try and and like get the full narrative? Because like they just did the 12 episodes, right? And they just kind of stopped.
Yeah, like they did an OVA
Right.
with Crow, and like his time before getting locked up. Like he was like a cop or something like that. They did an OVA for him, and they did, I think it was 12 or 13 episodes for the anime. I mean, it has cool stuff in it, but like reading it would do just fine. you
Okay.
know?
Yeah.
And I think I brought this up to your attention. That author, he's like, I think he did a different run of a different manga. And then you were like, oh man, Jose, I'm going to have to pick this up too. What are you doing? Because his artwork is pretty phenomenal. Like he draws really great. Like he has some great artwork.
Well, I can't remember the name of the manga, but I remember you bringing that up to me, and like at the very least, the art style seemed kind of similar. So like,
And you guys know I'm a big fan of good covers, so like he had good covers. So yeah, that's around the time I like has there ever been a time when you guys like just stopped watching anime or just took a pause, bereavement on anime, just like I'm kind of done here, and then you came back for whatever reason?
Nope.
like flat out just stopped watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when we stopped working together back in the day, because I remember I was on Black Rock Shooter at the time.
Did you ever finish
original
that?
or
Did you ever finish that?
No, I didn't. Like that's when I stopped. Like I watched the OVA, which I thought was pretty decent, and then I watched I think 3 or 4 episodes of the main series of Black Rock Shooter. Because I remember when I was younger, I would see like random pictures of like the main girl. I never really knew what that was. But,
Yeah.
no, around that time, that's when I just flat out stopped, and I was just playing games or doing other stuff, and yeah.
Because I think after like binging all of Bleach and then catching the odd anime here and there, but like not fully committing to like anime at the time, So before, like after Bleach and then catching the odd anime like episodes here and there, I watched all of season 1 of Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched all of Death Note, and then I think I stopped for a while, and then I tried to go back to stuff, and then it wasn't until I started working with you guys that I fully went back to like watching anime like fully, because I was like, well, I can now, but like, and I have people to talk to, but because I didn't have people to talk to and there was like no kind of like anime was growing bigger at the time, sure, but like I still couldn't find people to talk to about it. So I was just on comic books because I could find it was easier to find people to talk about comic books than it was to talk about anime.
I would like to note that it is getting late.
Okay, let's wrap it up then. So I don't know, I obviously like my anime journey has taken me to where I want to do this podcast. I appreciate you guys. But Salem, if you get this job here, I'm gonna have to have you at least watch a couple stuff so we can talk about it later.
So I was telling Sherm about this earlier, but like I think I have like just flat out burnt myself out on Kamen Rider. Like after I finally finished Double, which all in all pretty good show, I started watching Kamen Rider Kiva like the start of this week.
Yeah.
I got about 15 episodes in, and I'm just like, man, my motivation to just watch this stuff has really went fucking down. So I got to find something else to pour my time into. So
I think it was
we'll see.
I think like I told you too the other week. It's like you guys think I'm gonna burn myself out, and I might, but like being able to do different things while watching all of this stuff this season has been like I've been managing it. So like I'm not just like fully committing to like anime. I'm also doing other stuff. So it's been helping not to like just go, all right, I quit. So I mean, it is what it is. Well, I guess this should have probably been episode 1, but we had those embarrassing first 2 episodes that I don't want to ever release. So this is probably a good indication of like where we all kind of are with anime. Like I'm just a bit more hyper fixated on it at the moment and trying to do this, make this a career. I'm over here shaking like a madman. But I mean, if we continue this like a year or 2 like from here, I will be surprised. But for now, this is where we're at. All right, so Salem needs to go home and Sherman's falling asleep. Thanks for sticking around. This has been Thugnificent. You have been
Oh fuck, what was it?
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
And
All right, mac and cheese, get out of here.
Mactastic.
I was just about to say Maclicious again.
No, that's
Maclicious,
that's
honestly, a better name.
Gangstalicious.
Maclicious.
The other guy was Gangstalicious. All right, well, I appreciate you. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon.
Oh,
But
All right, well,